Good morning, children. Welcome to Chapter 5 Early Life to Settled Life Part 1. In previous classes, 3rd standard, 4th standard, and 5th standard, you studied about early man. So, in this chapter, you are going to learn about early life to settled life. That means how they used to live, how they learned the things, all you are going to learn in this chapter. From early life to settled life. Early life means how the early people used to live, how they used to eat the food by hunting and gathering the food. Next, nomads. Nomads means the people who move from place to place. Those are called as nomads. That means they won't live in one place constantly. They will move from one place to another place in search of food and water. Next, food gathering. How early men used to gather the food. What tools they used to use, that all. Next, domestication. Domestication means rearing the animals. How they used to do that one. Next, fire. After the discovery of the fire, the early man learned how to cook the food. Before that, they used to eat raw. Raw means see how wild animals hunt other animals and eat. Like that, early men also used to eat the hunted animals like that. And for forest products, that means from roots, fruits, vegetables, all they used to collect, and like that only they used to eat. Before the discovery of the fire, after that they learned how to cook the food, and they used to protect themselves from the wild animals with the help of the fire, and they used it to protect themselves from the cold. That means that in winter seasons they used it to get some warmth from the fire. Next, rearing animals. Early men used it to rear the animals, and sometimes those animals protect these early men from the wild animals also, and these animals sometimes they use it to help also in the works of the early men. Next, they learned how to grow the plants also. So they used to get some plant products, no? Those plants they used to grow. That also early man learned. Next, settled life. After learning the growing plants, then these early men used to lead a settled life where near the rivers, lakes, ponds, like that. Where the water availability will be there they use it to settle their life. Next, using stone tools for digging the earth to plant the plants, and for hunting. All they to cut the forest products, that means the roots, all they need some tools. First of all, they use it to make the tools with wood. After that, they learn to make the tools with stones. Then they learned building the houses. That means small huts with the help of the wood, branches of the trees, leaves, all they use it to construct their houses. Before that, they used to live in the caves, under the shade of the trees, under the shade of the big rocks. After that only they learn to build their houses. First of all, now we are going to learn about early life. So early people, thousands of years ago, the people who lived in subcontinent were called as hunter-gatherers. That means you can ask one question, madam, these all how we can know? This all information how we got about the early people? Why? Because some thousands of years back, those early men used to live. At that time, those people, they lived what food habits, that means how they used to live, that all how we can know now with the help of some excavations. That means while digging the earth we got some evidences, what tools they used, what weapons they used, how they constructed, that all information through these excavation, that means digging the earth, we got the information. Wherein see, now you are going to learn about subcontinent. What is the meaning of the subcontinent? In previous lessons, you learned what is a continent. What is a continent? A huge land mass separated by seas or oceans is called as a continent. In a continent, so many different countries will be there. A group of countries is called as a continent. So our country is called as a subcontinent. Why? Because what are the characteristics are there for a continent? All the characteristics are there for our country, India. That's why our India is called as a subcontinent. For example, in one continent you take, in that continent, so many countries will be there. So many countries means so many language spoken people will live in a continent. So many traditions, customs, all are there, and different physical features all are there in a continent. So all the characteristics are there for our country, India. That's why our country is called as a subcontinent. See, in our country, different language spoken people are there, different cultures are there, different traditions are there, different physical features are there, all the characteristics are there for our country. That's why our country is called as a subcontinent. So thousands of years ago, the people who lived in Indian subcontinent were called as hunter-gatherers. How we got the information in our country while digging the earth? We got the tools, what they used, all that information we got in our country. And the name hunter-gatherers came from the way in which they got their food. How we call them, how the name hunter-gatherers came? The way in which they got their food. How they use it to get the food, early man? By hunting and gathering also. That means from the plant products from the forest, all they use it to gather the food and they ate. And they gathered fruits, edible roots and tubers, nuts, seeds, leaves, honey, wild grains that grew naturally in the forest. These all the plant products grew naturally in the forest. That all these early men use it to collect, gather, and they use it to eat. These are all plant products. What are those? Fruits, edible roots and tubers, nuts, seeds, leaves, honey, wild grains that grew naturally in the forest. Those all the items they use it to collect and they use it to eat. Before that, before the discovery of fire, they use it to eat raw. When they learned making the fire, then they use it to cook and eat. And they hunted animals and birds, caught fish, gathered eggs for food. They hunted animals and birds also, and they used it to catch the fish and they used to eat, and gathered eggs for food. They covered their bodies with skins of animals and leaves. So they didn't know how to stitch the clothes. About clothes they don't know. That's why they use it to wear skin of animals, and some leaves also they use it to cover their bodies. So, nomadic life. What is nomadic life? A hunter-gatherers lived in small societies. These hunter-gatherers means those are early men. Those people, they used to live in small societies. Small societies means a group of people. They used to live in groups. Those are called as societies. They lived in caves or under tree shades or rock shades. Where they used to live? In the caves. Sometimes they used to live under the shade of the trees. Under the rock shades also they used to live. In search of food, they moved from place to place. These people, they won't live constantly in one place. They use it to move from one place to another place. For what? In search of food and water. These group of people, they use it to move from place to place. And such people are called nomads. Those people only called as nomads. Nomads means they won't live in permanent place. They use it to move from place to another place, one place to another place. Those people are called as nomads. Before that, early men also, they also used it to live as nomads only. When they learned how to grow the plants, then they used it to live in a settled life. Okay, children? And men, women and children participated in hunting and gathering. Not only men or women, children, all the family members, all the group members. They used it to live in groups. I said no, in societies. Those people, all they used it to hunt the animals and they used it to gather the food. Then they shared the food with all the members of the group. Then what they hunted, what they gathered, all the food they used it to share and they used it to eat. Now, reasons for moving. Why those people use it to move from one place to another place? For a simple answer, why? They in search of food and water. The hunter-gatherers led a nomadic life. Nomadic life means they used to move from place to place. They consumed all the available food from plants and animals of a particular place and later moved on to another place in search of food. That means they used to live in one area for some days. Then they used to collect all the plant products from that particular area, and they use it to hunt the animals also. Then after that, then they use it to move to another place to collect all those, and they use it to eat. Like that, those people use it to move from one place to another place in search of food. Usually, animals moved from place to place for various reasons, and hence this made the hunter-gatherers also to move along with them for hunting. Animals also in the forest, they won't live in one particular place. They also move from one place to another place. Along with them, these early men also use it to move from one place to another place for hunting, for collecting the food, for gathering the food. All those people use it to move from one place to another place. Plants and trees bore fruits in different seasons. Depending upon seasons also, they use it to move. In one particular area, some type of fruits will bore in one season. At that time, they used to move to that particular place, and they use it to collect all the food items, that plants, plant fruits. What are those? Fruits or vegetables, all they used to collect and they used to eat. Thus, people had to move along with the seasons in search of food and survive also. See, depending upon the climatic conditions also, in winter season, in some areas, for example in North India, very cool, the temperatures are very low. Then those people, they use it to move from that place to another place. To survive means they have to protect themselves from the cold winds. That's why they use it to move from that place to another place. Most of the water bodies like lakes, ponds, streams dry up during the summer. Most of the water bodies also, those early men, they used it to live near the water bodies only. So in summer season, in some areas, these lakes, ponds, streams, they'll dry up. Then where they will get water, they use it to move in the summer season. Where the water availability will be there only they use it to live. From this place to that place, they use it to move. See, like this. This is the picture of early man. See, these are the huts. That means these are their houses. They use it to build. That means before that they use it to live in caves. Then they learned how to build these houses, build these huts. See, this is the animals. Rearing of animals, I said, no, these are the animals. They use it to rear. And those animals help to the early man. See, here they hunted the animal and they are bringing, and remaining group members all are there. They collect all the forest products from plants and hunt the animals, and they will sit and eat like this. See, they are keeping some fire to protect themselves from the cool temperatures and from the wild animals also. See, here they are making the wooden tools. That means they are making for that wood piece, that edge they are making some sharp pen. For what? To collect the forest products. That means for taking from roots, fruits, all, and to hunt the animals also. They are making with the wood only. Some tools they are making. Here they are cutting the tree, and they are taking the branches. Like that, all the people, group members in the society, they use it to collect all the forest products. That means from the plants, and hunt the animals, and they use it to live. So I think all of you understand. Now a small assignment. In next video, we are going to learn about fire and how we got this information. In next video, we are going to learn. Now a small assignment to you. The early man lived in dash. The early man moved from place to place in search of dash. The hunter-gatherers led a dash life. List the plant products collected by the early man. Thank you.